Hello, hello, my lovely Aries. Welcome to Vivid Vibration Tarot. My name is Christina, and I'm going to be doing your general read for the upcoming full moon. We have a lunar eclipse for the blood moon in Sagittarius, so it seems like there's a lot of things going on energetically right now. Excited to see what's going on with y'all, and hope that y'all are doing well. Thanks for being here with me today, and yeah, let's get started. Let's see what's happening. Okay, that was like a ton of cards. Whew. Aries, that's good. The unseen, y'all had that one the last time, didn't you? And the mountain, I think you had that one too. Holy shit, okay. We have an abundance of cards here. So, let's just see what's up. I kind of want to say last time you had the mountain and the desert. This time you have the mountain again. But instead of the desert, you have the ocean. Okay, so the mountain, the ocean, the mask, the river, the one, the medallion, the comic, the warrior, the unseen, the nectar. Did I do the mask? I don't remember if I did the mask. Okay. All of the things. Aries. I mean, I guess I just want to say, like, I want to start here with the warrior. Y'all are fighting spirits, you know. I love my Aries, for sure, for sure. But the warrior card is a card of warning. In a really big way, you know, it's kind of that idea of like pick your battles. And y'all are feisty as fuck, and you will, you know, are ready to fight anybody if they, you know, piss you off, which I respect. You know, I mean, like, I have respect for my Aries, you know, my fellow fire signs. You know, we're not ones to like stand down when people want to tell us what's up. We're like, tell me what's up. I'll tell you what's up. You know what I mean? And that's Aries to a T. But I think the idea here is that you need to really step back and check yourself and what you're fighting and why. Because if you're just flying off the handle and like fighting people or fighting ideas or, you know, fighting a situation without really understanding it, then you're gonna look like an asshole. And I feel like that is the overall warning of everything else that I'm about to say. I think that you are witnessing somebody pass you by. They have moved on. They have let go. They are, you know, they're you know, like all you see of them is a reflection of their passing. You don't even, it's like they're not even in front of you to see them walk away. You are only seeing an image of them walking away. And it's upsetting to you. And, you know, I mean, I think it's upsetting to you because, you know, you look at this person and you're like, you know, but you're the one for me. You know, you're the prize that I seek. You know, like, I feel like there's this idea of like, don't you get it? Don't you understand that I love you? Don't you know that you're the one that I want? Like, I feel like this level of frustration and like you're pushing, you know, like rather than engaging, you're like angry. Rather than having understanding, you're, I mean, I just got like this like weird pain in my back. I feel like I'm having like, I don't know what's going on. I mean, honestly, like I've been working on, you know, like channeling and all of that stuff, and I feel like I'm starting to experience like physical things. In my Leo video, I had like this coughing fit out of nowhere. I just had this weird like pain in my back out of nowhere. So I don't know if that's, you know, anything to you or not. Maybe my back's just fucked up. But anyways, I felt the need to share it. So I think that, you know, you guys have gone in and you've explored your value. Like, what is it that I bring to the table, right, Aries? I mean, your last read was just kind of like this pulling away and like gaining some insight and understanding to yourself, which is great. And I think that you did that, but you understanding your value and what you have to bring to the table does not translate to other people understanding and seeing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you went in and you did the work, but that doesn't mean that anybody else sees that, because what they see is what you convey. Like the mask that you put on. And I want to say that this mask that you're wearing is one of just kind of like this front. Again, it's that like this angry, aggressive energy that I'm feeling of like, whatever, fuck you, I'm fine. Like, whatever, I don't care. You go on with your life. Like, I don't give a shit. I mean, like, I feel like there's just this mask of of not caring that is like the underneath part is really and truly I kind of want to say you're just a little bit heartbroken over it, but like, fuck, if you'll let them know, you're gonna show them, like, oh, I'm gonna be miserable on the inside, like, I love you guys, but where's the logic in that? I mean, really, um, and I mean, you have the unseen. I don't know, like, I feel like this person, like, for you, I don't know, like, if they're in your dreams, if it's just that, like, you can just like feel them around you, it's almost like you can hear their voice, like in your head. I know when we've connected with people, it's like it takes you a while to like get that out of your system, right? Like, you can always hear what that person is saying, or like what their reaction will be. And I feel like this person, like, it's like their presence is constantly around you. I mean, I feel like part of the reason you're angry at this person is because it's like, even though they're moving on, you're like, but you're still here with me, like, what the fuck. You're angry, um, and you're out of balance, and I feel like you're really wanting to come back into balance, um, because you want, I mean, like, you want to be with this person, the one, the nectar, the medallion, like, this person is your prize. They give you life. I mean, you feel passionately. I mean, Aries, one of my favorite thing about you guys is how passionate you are, I mean, just like next level. And you're passionate about everything that you do. You're passionate about learning new things. You're passionate about meeting new people. You're passionate about trying out new experiences. I mean, your passion is like, it's like off the charts, and it's your strength and your weakness in a lot of ways, because you're so passionate about things that, like, you can burn through it quickly, but like, you can also like set on fire, and I feel like you've got so much passion here, but it's masked beneath this front of, I don't give a fuck and I'll show you. And you're fighting a battle that really and truly, I want to say, you wouldn't even have to fight. Like, if you would open up and be honest with yourself first, and then with this person, because it's kind of that idea of like, fake it until you make it. Like, fine, I'm not gonna give a fuck. I don't 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 give a fuck. I mean, like, you're like, I'm just gonna tell myself this over and over and over again until I believe it, until I've hardened myself to this person. And it's intense. It's an intense feeling that I have right now of like anger and angst. But the thing with the mask is, it's the idea that you're so encased in this affront that it's already controlling you. Like, you're over here thinking that you're gonna talk yourself into it, but like, the thing is that you're already trapped in it. Like, you can't move forward because that's where that's what's got you held in place. And the mask is one of those things where you just gotta like straight up fall face first and let it crash down all around you, and then you're able to put on, like a mask that more, sincerely demonstrates how you feel on the inside. Because I think internally, where all of your value and all of your treasure lies, you feel in love, like you're in love with this person and you want to be with this person, and you're hurt that they're leaving you behind, and you feel foolish for even wanting to move forward with them. You're like, well, I'm an asshole in this situation. I'm the asshole for even wanting you. Aries, sweet sweets. That's not. Don't be so hard on yourself. My goodness. Because it's like that misplaced energy. Like if you took that energy and you placed it, instead of being angry, you attempted sincerity. Instead of feeling like an asshole, you held yourself accountable and made right your wrongs. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that. Like, who are you fighting and why? Is it because you just don't actually want to like deal with the change? Really, I feel like it's not that you don't want to deal with the change. It's that you're afraid of what will happen if you do change, because you're safe where you're at. And if you turn your back on where you're at, will you be safe moving forward? It's a security thing for you. You all are afraid. There's some serious fear of losing the security that you have in holding that front and not giving a fuck. There's security in fighting a battle that doesn't even need to be fought. Just strange, but I understand it. I get it. And then we have the Seven of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, Justice, Ten of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Five of Wands. Aries, I feel like, this is saying, I mean, the Five of Wands and the Ten of Swords is just kind of like this illumination of truth, right? Like you just are keep coming into these truths and coming into this understanding, and I feel like there's just like a big, like this whole like eclipse season, and like if I had to say, okay, like what's the big thing that's happening for Aries, I want to say that it's just kind of like this gaining an insight and understanding into yourself. Like you guys are becoming more self-aware, because there are lots of people in the world who are aware of themselves, and and they're aware of themselves on like this level, but like you peel back that layer, and they're like shocked at what they see. And I feel like Aries in a really big way, that's you. I mean, Aries are very, like quick to do this, quick to do that, quick to go here, but you're constantly moving forward. And when you're constantly moving forward, you're never looking like into the depths. You're not diving deep down. You're going. And I think that this all here is this idea of like when you all the things that you've missed, all the things that I missed when I was going, when I was doing. Like I knew where I was going, and I knew why I was going there, and I knew how I was going to get there, and I knew who I was going to step on in the, like who or step over or whatever, to do it. So you were aware, but you didn't have an awareness of like almost the, like what was it that was motivating you? Like you just thought, because I'm driven, because I'm ambitious, because I'm gonna, win at the game of life. But you didn't understand like why you were playing that game. Why this one? Why in this manner? Why did I choose this character? Why did like what's the psychology behind it all? Because until you really understand the whys behind what you're doing, you can't do anything but operate off of that like immediate reaction, that like I'll fight whoever comes near me because I feel threatened. Well, why would you feel threatened in that situation? Like what if that situation is not threatening? Like in having to really understand yourself in a huge way. Because it's almost like that idea of like you were wearing a mask and you thought that mask was you. Like it had embodied you, or it had encased you so fully that you, like when you looked in the mirror, all you saw was the mask. So you didn't see what was underneath the mask. And it's like you caught a glimpse of what was underneath the mask and the opportunity to take that mask off, but you your knee-jerk reaction was like fight that, run, like fight or flight, and you were like, I'm gonna punch that fucker in the face and run. Like that was your like reaction, because the idea of being left behind, I think, serves as a really big trigger for you. I feel like for you, if this person isn't going to wait for you, if this person isn't going to do anything and everything in their power to like make sure that you're right there with them, then you feel abandoned. There's this sense of abandonment that's, like that you're experiencing. And it's an injustice to yourself, because here's the thing, Aries, is that, everyone has their own journey in life, right? I mean, when it's all said and done, we're all kind of taking that the path that, that's set before us. And if you, I can't remember what read it was, but I know it was an Aries read. This was in a few of them. But it was this idea of like you always leaving. There was somebody in your read, and I feel like this somebody might be this somebody again, who's like coming back up again, because in your last read it was this idea of like somebody that you've been dealing with before, but it was this idea that there was this person who you weren't on good terms with them because you dropped them. You were like, okay, well, you didn't, like, I'm bored with you now, and you went on your way. And this person is like, well, okay, like, I thought that you wanted to, do this. I thought that you wanted to, be here with me through this. And I think that they thought you guys were, that was it. It was like, we had this plan. We had this idea. We had this thing that we were doing. For some of you, you had actually made a plan. For others of you, maybe it was just one of those things where it was like you had this connection. I mean, bringing it back to this like unseen, but it was just kind of this like this understanding, this presence, where it was like, okay, I thought that since you and I had this experience, that we were gonna like evolve this, that we were gonna grow this, and you just bailed, and so I kept going, and now you want to like show up and be angry at me because I kept going, like what, are you seriously mad at me for this right now? I mean, it's just kind of this idea of like you're in this mentality of abandonment, but this person's like, no, I'm sorry, you were the one who abandoned this connection, and I don't know why you're mad at me for continuing on my way, but do you not see how you were the one that left? Like I didn't leave you, you left me. I didn't abandon you, abandoned me. Like I feel like it's just kind of like this, like, what are you talking about? But and Aries, I love y'all, but again, it's that short-sighted speed where you're not taking other people's into consideration. You're just going and doing and doing and doing, and then you're like, oh, what do you mean that did that to you? Or, oh, what do you, like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even realize you were standing there. Like, what? I mean, like, and you having to really come into this understanding of the fact that you're allowing all of these triggers and all of these things to just like set you off onto this like hyper defensive mentality of, you know, like, well, fine, I'll show you, you know, that is harming yourself. You're doing, it's like self-harm. It's like emotional cutting almost. And it's a disservice to you, you know, because you're the one who's left feeling empty, and you're the one who's left feeling like you have to pull yourself up out of all of the chaos and destruction, from all of the quick action and speedy movement, you know, and you're the one who has to bring justice to this. Like, you can't be angry at somebody else for continuing on their path and treat them as though they have abandoned you when you in fact were the one who went off without them. You know, like, you're not on good terms with this person because they kept going and you went off and did your own thing and got, you know, like all ADD on it, and then, you know, came back and they were like, okay, well, I'm over here now, and I don't, like, what do you want from me? You know, and you're defensive about it. But if you stop and you really like see it for what it is, you know, I think that you're going to see the error of your ways again and want to kind of step over it and bring it back into balance, you know. And we have the Knight of Cups again. You know, this was in your last read, you know, of like, okay, like, fuck, okay, I gotta come back to this again because, you know, again, it's that like you're freaking Sonic the Hedgehog over here, you know, like running in circles. But when you run in circles, you can't really stop to like see like what is going on, you know, like you're too caught up in your own little, you know, cycle of thought, self-destructive thought, I might add, that you're really needing to kind of come out of and break away from. Let's see what else we can get here for my Aries. The Page of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Two of Swords, and the Emperor. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like this person who, like, you're dealing with is coming in. I mean, the Emperor is an Aries card, but I feel like, you know, the Emperor is also this extreme decision, and this like solid, like stable decision. And I really feel like, you know, the person that you're dealing with is just kind of saying to you, like, listen, you know, like you gotta stop for a second, like take a deep breath and really like see all of this for what it is, you know, because I don't think that they're denying the connection that you have with them. I don't think that they're telling you that, you know, like, I don't love you, or I don't want you, or, you know what I mean, like, I can't be with you because, you know what I mean. I think they're just like just stop and be real, be honest with yourself, be honest with me, you know, and like see this for what it is, because you're not seeing it for what it is. You're seeing it from this hyper reactive, triggered state of fear of abandonment and rejection. And if you want to rise up and move forward, I think that you can, Aries. I really do. It's just that you're going to have to check yourself, check your battles, and really understand who you are, because you carry value. You have a ton to offer anyone. But there's not going to be anything there to offer if you can't even recognize it yourself. And you have to slow down. I just like to slow down, you know? Like, I just want to be like do a little breathing exercise with y'all, you know, like just like slow down. Okay, my sweet Aries, let's do another archetype for y'all, and we'll call it a read. The Judge. Yeah, because I mean, I feel like part of it is that you're afraid of judgment. You're afraid of judgment being passed, and so you're coming in as the judge. It's that like, I'll show you, like I'm gonna judge you and I'm gonna reject you, and not really have any like a foundation for it, and then having to understand why you don't have a solid foundation for that, and understanding that, you know, like judgment isn't passed to punish. I mean, maybe, you know, like if you're talking in terms of like modern day systems, like judicial systems, then yeah, I mean the modern day judicial system sucks ass. But if you're talking about like the spirit world and you know, like something that's done in order to bring growth and development, you know, judgment is passed in order to, you know, like move forward in a healthy, positive manner. And, you know, and if judgment is passed, it's passed because it offers you insight into how you can grow and develop, or it offers you, you know, kind of that grace and forgiveness, you know, of putting forth the effort to overcome the things that were preventing you from moving forward in the past. You know, like this person it's not their job to stop and wait for you while you run around and do anything and everything that you want to do. They kept moving. And you, I think, I mean, I want to say you can move forward too with them, but you have to really like stop and check yourself and slow down and understand where your reactions are coming from, what it is that you're masking, what it is that you want sincerely. Because if you're fighting the very thing it is that you want, then you're never going to get it. You have to bring that back into balance. You have to bring justice to that. It's the only way you're going to get to where you want to be. All right, my Aries, I love y'all so much. Thank you for hanging out with me, and I will see y'all again soon.